Hello, everybody.
Hello.
That's so weird. We're really slow right now. We have a lot of moving parts going on.
Elizabeth, were we all crazy slow right then when you saw us? Whoa, we're in slow-mo.
Hopefully it gets a little better. If it's looking bad on your side, just bear with us. Maybe I won't record today. We'll see how it goes,
What
everybody.
happens when you don't record? It still goes up places, right? Oh.
It'll still go up. Recording, I can just record a home copy that's in a little better quality. But how is everyone?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Okay, so everything's stopped on my side. Hopefully it's not as choppy. Welcome everybody, Saturday.
Yay.
May 16th?
Yep.
May 16th. How are you, Derrol?
I'm good. I'm excited to see Elizabeth today.
Cool, me too. Yeah. Elizabeth is here.
Janine is here.
Her in the chat.
Hello, Janine. Tell the crow I'm sorry. I totally lost track of time today, and it was like 3:30, and we hadn't jump roped, and I had to get ready. And tomorrow we'll jump rope. Oh, there's Retta. Hey, Retta.
Hi, Retta.
And Jeff.
Ooh,
hey,
my
Jeff.
My hair's a mess.
That's why I always wear a hat. It's easier.
I just quickly jumped in the shower. I worked today, so I'm a little disheveled.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Hello, Pat. Pat's here.
Hello, mother. And Derrol, I adjusted your microphone so you can ride it and keep it within,
I noticed
hopefully, a foot or closer to your mouth.
I'll try to do that.
You are cranked up here on the gain, and I can't crank it up anymore. But you're very soft-spoken, and you move very far away from the microphone.
All right, I'll try to keep it close. Can't we get one that I can just clip onto my hat right here?
Maybe face toward you, and you gotta pull it over to you. Don't be afraid of the microphone. People can't hear you. Hi, Janine. Hi, Jeff. So sorry, what were you saying? You missed jump roping.
James and I didn't jump rope today, but we will tomorrow. We're having a couple rest days. Hey, Justin. Justin's here. Justin has a new puppy.
How's the puppy, Justin?
I should have saved a couple of those pictures to show everybody. I can do that too. While Cory's talking about his work.
Oh, I don't have anything to say. Oh. I worked today. It was a good day. It's it's work.
Is that all right, Justin, if I show the puppy?
Yeah, if you have pictures, I'd love to see.
Yeah. I gotta see here.
Yeah, I got up early this morning and got out of the house a little bit later than I wanted to, so that kind of sucked. But overall, pretty good day. I don't like this new routine of mine, though, because I'm not eating in the mornings. And then by the time I get home, it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then this stuff, it's like I'm racing, trying to create graphics, fight with my computer that doesn't want to restart.
We had a rough minute in the beginning, guys.
My computer does not want to restart anymore.
Bill! Oh, Maribel's here, too. Maribel's from Overlook.
Oh, hey, Maribel.
Hello, Maribel. All right, I'm getting the puppy for everybody to see.
All right, and I'm going to open this door a little. Our door keeps closing, and the fan's on behind it. I think it's a vacuum in the hallway, but it's hot in here.
I'm sorry, I should have had this prepared.
Sounds like Derrol took a day off.
I did. I inherited a bunch of plants last night from my boyfriend's friend, so I repotted them all today and then did a whole bunch of garden stuff today.
You're cute and ordinary, Justin, or the dog?
All right, let me just see here.
Derrol's working on some photos
I
here.
am. I'll have it in a moment.
All right.
You entertain the people, Cory.
I'm going to entertain.
All right. Thank goodness, everybody. I've just found it, so you don't
All right.
have to entertain.
Here we go. Daryl's got some pictures. I'll move the chat once I get it
Oh,
loaded
look,
up.
David.
Go for Cory. Thanks, David. Dealing with it.
Oh.
Hold on.
Reddit's having fried haddock and scallops and French fries for supper tonight. Yum. Pat says the audio is really slow.
Yeah, everything is really slow.
Look at Justin's cute puppy, everybody.
I'm going to stop recording.
I only saved that one picture, though, because my
It's very cute.
computer's being very slow.
I love that it doesn't look like a spot. I'm sorry. What are they again? American Bull Terrier?
Bull Terrier, right?
Yeah.
I can
Very
remember that.
cute.
Super cute.
Okay, you guys, I stopped the internal recording. Hopefully it speeds up a little bit. It doesn't like having Zoom open, which is in the background here.
Because that's where Elizabeth is hiding right now.
Here, I know. I love you, Elizabeth, but I'm taking off high definition because I think that's part of what's slowing everything down in the background there. Oh, look, my mouth's actually moving with my speech.
Oh, look at that.
Kind of.
That did it.
Having fried haddock and scallops. Yum.
That sounds good, Retta. Did you get it from somewhere? What's going on here? My phone is acting crazy. Did you get it from somewhere, Retta, or are you making it tonight? All right. Oh, Anna messaged me too. I mean, I am too. I knew he was going to say that.
I know. I was waiting for it too.
Oh, it's 5:09.
5:09. Derrol.
Cheers.
I'm just beer, and I'm actually going to probably get up and get another beer here in a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this one. It's the golden ale one.
Oh, I thought you liked that one.
Well, I thought I did too. Maybe it's just not cold enough.
Yeah, they weren't very cold. This wasn't very cold.
We have a problem. We have so much food in our fridge. We can't fit beers in there right now. So we have to like stack them on the top shelf.
So Derrol doesn't know this, but he's introducing Elizabeth.
I am. Oh my goodness.
Hi, CRI.
Yes, it is almost over. 5 o'clock already. So Elizabeth is joining us today, and we're going to talk about all of the fun, really cool, I need to get all of them crafts that she makes. And if I had known I was going to be like doing the official entry, I would have like said a bunch of, like, I would have prepared myself.
Be prepared.
She's awesome. What else do I need to say?
All right, I think that's a good enough intro. Here we go. I'm going to push the magic buttons, and she should magically appear.
Hey, Gary. Gary's here.
In the of our screen.
Oh, Retta's drinking Mike's tonight. Yay!
Boom.
Here we have
Hello, Elizabeth. Can we hear you?
I hope so.
Yes,
Yay.
we can. And you hear us.
Everything's great.
We're off to a great start.
It's
Good to see you. Thank you so much for waiting to today and letting us have yesterday.
Yes.
fine. It's been raining all day today.
Cool.
No, not cool.
Oh, no?
Can't go outside.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got the storm picture after we went off the air last night. Was it, did it end up being very crazy?
Actually, no. It's weird because sometimes some of the more spookier looking storms end up being nothing. And the ones that look like nothing end up being terrible. So it's Oklahoma. Who knows?
Yeah, I never can tell, huh?
I don't ever known anybody to live like in a tornado zone. So now when I hear about tornadoes, I think about you guys and I'm like, oh gosh, I hope that's not close to them.
It has to be very close to you in order to do something. So
Yeah.
as long as it's in a field where no one's at, great.
If you
Very
could,
cool.
if you could see it at a distance, it's still too close, or
It's rather thrilling actually, because like whenever the storms come on, we always go outside and look to see what's going on, and you just never know what develops. So I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it can be stressful, and it's mostly because I worried about my cars.
Oh yeah.
I don't want the hail to destroy my cars.
Oh,
nor
yeah.
do I want a tornado to destroy my stuff. So sometimes, but
Yeah, that would be stressful.
you get used to it, I think.
It's just the craziest thing to think of, like that all of your stuff can just like lifted and thrown somewhere else.
Yeah, we try not to think about that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like when I first moved here, this was 2012. I had a lot of tornado dreams, where I just felt like my brain was trying to work out all the different scenarios that can happen with tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I think you just kind of settle into a pattern with it. And
Yeah.
as long as you feel like you have a storm shelter and you have some kind of plan in place,
Green
it's
cloud.
fine. And
Sorry.
a lot of run.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sandy said green clouds are usually not good.
Right. Twister was very realistic, by the way. I thought it was complete BS when I saw it back in the day with my mom before she actually purchased said property. And she kind of turned to me and said, "What have I done?" Because, we just got done seeing Twister in a different state.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it turns out, I thought it was all phony baloney, but it turns out that it was actually quite real.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I'm like
Very true to nature. Sure.
I'll deal with earthquakes, but tornadoes freak me out.
Well, the thing about tornadoes, at least you have a warning. It's not
True.
like an earthquake where it's like you grow complacent with earthquakes.
True.
And so, because I lived in earthquake zone for pretty much my entire life, so you just like don't think about it. But out here, they kind of have a pretty good warning. Like there's a lot of storm chasers out there, so you have a lot of time, I think, to prepare for something.
Oh, I didn't realize it made it small up there too.
I was like, why'd she get so tiny?
No, I'm sorry. I was trying to save some CPU, and I thought if I made a different size over here, it would help, but I didn't realize it was going to do it up there too. My bad.
Suddenly, Elizabeth with a postage stamp.
And for those of you who don't know, Elizabeth and John are in Oklahoma.
Yes. Oh.
Oklahoma, yeah.
Oklahoma. And it's funny because I was talking about the aerial Americas that I like to watch, where it's like helicopter footage over states, and they talk about like history about all the states. I haven't found one for Oklahoma yet, but they did have a couple of, there's got to be one because there was like segments that they had pulled out, and they talked about the Little Sahara sand dunes. Have you been there?
No, I have not. I've heard a lot about it from people who do live here. Apparently it's kind of like a little Glamis or something. Because
Yeah.
It's
I thought
desert, but it's in the panhandle of Oklahoma, so it's kind of like west-north panhandle, and we haven't traveled that far.
Okay. Yeah, that seemed like a cool place to be. Also,
I'm not a desert girl anymore, or at all, ever. I don't think I've ever really been one, although I've spent a lot of time in the desert.
Yeah.
But the last time was 2015, which John and I went there for Wasteland Weekend 2015, right when that whole movie Fury Road came out. And I realized then, although absolutely magnificent to see all my friends and to see how wonderful the venue had developed into, not a desert girl.
Yeah.
I spent most of my days with both arms in the coolers trying to make sure I didn't pass out or something.
Same.
Begging somebody to use their air conditioner, motorhome.
I don't do well. I've only one time I was picking up little jawbones by this owl nest that I know about in the desert, and I started to get like heat stroke, but it was super hot outside, and I was like, I feel kind of cold, and everybody was like, you need to get back in the car right now.
Hey, John, I saw your comment. I can't. I looked in the. I can mirror my video, but it won't let me mirror the person's video coming in.
Do you know why?
Right, mine all backwards. You read everything backwards.
Yeah, the logo is backwards. I know.
So people read backwards, everyone.
Everybody look
this
at
is a training.
Everybody flip your video.
Turn with a mirror and launch it backwards.
We really tried very hard to make sure that didn't happen. Oh wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's technology. What was I gonna say? So I won't bore everyone with places, but the Great Salt Plains looked really cool too. Pitcher, Oklahoma. It's like toxic, I guess. Like people don't go there anymore because of zinc and lead. And I thought that was kind of an interesting place. Are there any of those places around you?
Did you know that Ardmore was the #1 oil capital of the entire United States, like back in the day?
Did not.
For everything.
Hi, Diane. This is my friend from Oklahoma.
There's a lot of toxicity in Oklahoma, I'm sure.
Yeah, it seemed like it. It was kind of crazy. What you got, Mr. D?
Huh? I would like to hear about these fun little creatures that you make and your business that you.
Well, let me get out of the way. Is there anything back there you want to see?
I want to see your new 16-inch ones.
Okay. Yeah, these are over here.
I see them.
Okay, so just to give you a comparison.
Cute.
Yay on the back. I'm
it's
all
cool.
opposite.
I loved all the stitch work.
Thank you. So, okay. Originally, this was the size.
Oh, they're tinier than I thought.
Yeah. Well, they're 7 inches tall.
Okay.
Okay.
Super cute.
And because of a really good friend of the family, which we consider family, she suggested that I do a bigger one.
Yeah, the big one is cool.
Right? And so here's the difference.
They're fun.
Now you sew all these?
Yes, by hand.
And
the only sewing machine is their wings. And that's
They look felty. Are they felt?
Yes. Can you see a little better?
That's so fun.
Yeah, they really relax me making them. That's kind of when I started sewing, because John and I are graphic designers by trade and have been so for 20 years plus. And being a creative, and also my last position I held in a corporate atmosphere was product developer.
Okay.
And I made toys for 2 years straight. And so for like the NFL and Major League and Disney and things like that. And after a while, I was like, oh, I want to do my own toys. So.
Good job. You did.
Yeah, and on top of it, when I sew it, I feel very relaxed when I do it. So I kind of do it for my own personal reasons in the sense of relaxation. But I had so many of them, I was like, okay, I need to start selling some. So that's what happened with that.
Well, I'm going to put some pictures up here, and they're just going to scroll to the side. So if you could see them, if you want to talk about any of them as they come up.
Hi, Stephanie.
This
is Stephanie. This is my friend Elizabeth from Oklahoma. Stephanie has just joined us from Maine.
Looks like you guys have all kinds of products.
Yes. It's kind of grown over the course of time. Like when I started Dark Arts, it was back in 2008. And it was mostly just graphic design based, because when you're in the design industry, you kind of get a little pigeonholed, and we were rather pigeonholed in the corporate atmosphere. And we wanted to kind of do some more fun stuff, goth stuff, like we're all gothy. So we figured, why not explore that? And so I did a lot of illustrative work for like Gothic Volunteer Alliance, and the other one was Wasteland Weekend. I did a lot of work for them, and just different things that were a little more edgier, because when you show, like a tattoo parlor, your corporate portfolio, they're just kind of like, you're not edgy enough. So that's where Dark Arts came into play.
Yeah.
And eventually, because of my product development background, I just started making products because I had time to do it.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, being involved with the event in California, I like to repurpose a lot of stuff, and they were really into repurposing different pieces and things. So basically, I just kind of started with whatever I had on hand and just ran through all my stuff that way and just created whatever I had on hand out of that. And then eventually I'm like, okay, well, I got to start ordering this or I got to purchase that. But, you know, because your creativeness starts to go crazy. So,
Sure.
Yep.
yeah. And so that's why we end up with what we have. This is actually a very small snippet setup because normally we have like a 10 by 10 area. And like this year, we're booked for the Oddities and Curiosities Expo for 2 of them. One was for Dallas, which was
I love
supposed
those.
in March, and it got postponed to June, so that's coming up pretty quick.
Nice.
And then,
Cool.
yeah, and then there's Oklahoma City, Dallas, the Oddities and Curiosities, as well as the Horror Con that we did last year. We had such a great time. We were just like, please let us come back because it was just so much fun. They had a whole haunted house built in there. It was so great. I mean, Oklahoma, they really bring it when they want to.
Yeah.
Some of my best times have been in Oklahoma City for stuff like this. And so, yeah, we've been very happy to be able to join some festivals with kind of like retirement goals, you know, just to kind of cruise around and go to all the festivals around here and sell stuff. But
hopefully California soon so I can come visit you at your booth.
Yes, please. Let's see here. We got, okay. So this is smudge sticks. I don't know how good you can see it.
Yeah,
nice.
I see them. And there was the first picture that popped up too.
Okay. So this is probably from our 3rd year growth.
Hey, Scott.
We grow all our own sage. And it's just been a plant that we cut back and it comes back every year and it's in a really great spot and it just absolutely loves growing. So this is 3rd year. Actually, no, this one is this year's and a couple of them back there are 3rd years, meaning that you've had them for 3 years. But this is the 5th year of growth in which we've cut it back. And John makes these all by himself.
Fun.
That's cool.
We love smudge sticks.
I know. I'm totally love them.
Always burning.
Out in the living room right now.
And this year are just a couple of John's artwork. We call him Mr. Dark. And
I love those.
Mr. Dubious Dark. And he paints pretty much all our paintings that we have. And we'll have them all set up in its own little like miniature art gallery in our space.
Nice. Scott Bork and Scott Wooster just joined. Hello, guys.
Hi.
And then of course there's...
Who are the little guys that are like down on the Oh, what's that?
These I call Batooties. Again, these were things they're voodoo inspired dolls. They're not made for hexing. You don't have to put any pins in them. But it's just they make me happy. Whenever I see them, I get kind of like happy.
Yeah, it's fun.
So that's why I make them.
Is that what? Ooh, I like that guy. That guy. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
I do sell all of these on Etsy, with the exception of certain products. Like I haven't put the 16-inch baby Balfies up because they're rather new, and I haven't actually priced them out or anything yet. It's just kind of an experiment.
Yeah.
I probably will be putting them up on Etsy pretty soon. But yeah,
I think I might want like one of those that's like 4 feet tall.
A sleeping buddy.
Yeah. How fun would that be? Just like
totally fun. It definitely takes
body pillow.
A body like bikini.
Yeah.
Like a body pillow.
Have the whole thing. You could just like wrap up in the wings and like.
To think about that one. Really a lot of great suggestions, and I think the part about it is that it does actually kind of invigorate creativeness when people see it. Like maybe it's not their cup of tea, because I have a tendency to be, dark arts. But
Yeah, hence the name of the company.
Well, I just, to me, it's like if it puts a smile on your face and makes you feel happy, gives you a good feeling. That's kind of my whole reason for doing it.
Right? See, I do my crazy, scary, weird art, and it makes me happy, but then people are like, can't you do some happy art? So I try to fake some happy art, and it just doesn't feel...
It doesn't turn out.
It's totally contrived, and I'm like, look, I made a heart with sparkles. Okay, now back to the blood work.
You've made some really good paintings, though, that are happier.
Yeah. There's always a little dark twist, because I feel like that's me. The little devil dolls.
Oh, devil dolls.
Is that the little guys on the trunk right there? Or down in yeah, that's cute.
Let's see.
I'm getting like a vibe from...
Here's a red one.
Yeah, that guy
This
from...
one is like 8 inches tall.
Cute.
And this one is the smaller version, and they all have tails.
Cute.
And these are 100% hand sewn, hand done, with the thread and everything.
They're a great little pair.
Are they cute?
They're so fun.
I get a lot of questions about these, and to me, you can invent your own culture. So to me, these are not an evil little thing. They're evil,
Right.
but cute, if you know what I'm saying.
They get
it. Okay. These are not about hexing or anything. They're like they absorb negative energy in the room for me. That's their job, is to absorb all the negativity that's around.
I totally get that. That's how I look at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though they may look like, ooh, scary, but actually to me, they're probably one of the most relaxing things that I could probably sew. I can't tell you how many times I've perfected the pentagram at this point.
And just that stitching, that's hard to, I would think it's hard to continually get that stitch right. And
I've tested a few different things out, and and the no eyes is kind of like a thing that I do, because I could never really decide on what type of eyes they should have. But I noticed that they have whatever eyes you want them to.
Well, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, love enough.
Like we create our own emotions for them. Cool.
I always think that I want to learn to sew, because I feel like it would be a relaxing thing. Not with a sewing machine, because I feel like people that I've seen with sewing machines are always cursing at them. But like the hand sewing, I tried to sew a felt teddy bear once. I didn't get very far. You get one of those little kits at Michael's, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I sewed one leg, and then I was like, no, I don't have the patience for this.
I can agree with you on that, Derrol, because when it comes to other people's projects, like a pattern that you can get anywhere, it's good in practice. However, I like to develop my own patterns, and so I'll just get on Illustrator, create something that I know to size, print it out on a cardstock, and then be able to go from there. And because of that background that I have a tendency to eliminate as much sewing time as possible, I guess. Yeah. You start to get a little scientific about it, and you're just like, well, how many pieces do I really need to have?
Yeah.
Because that takes cutting time, it takes sewing time. I'm a one-person sweatshop, and I had somebody approach me for 100 of them, and I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, ay.
Me doing this here, I don't know.
You're just like me. You're like, can you get them for at 2 a week for a couple weeks?
So tell us a little bit about your land. I wanted to call it a farm, but I don't think it's a farm yet. Is it a farm? You have horses, right?
Yes, it is considered a farm. It has my mom and my sister take care of, and I say them because we actually aren't living on the property currently, but we do plan on we're putting a house there, and we're going to go back. We just temporarily left.
Yeah.
But they had 4 horses there when we arrived. One of them was adopted out and does a lot of like jumping over the, I don't know, whatever horses do when they jump over the
I
stuff.
don't know. I've never had a horse.
No, I'm not a horse person either, and
I think I've been on one horse in my
4
life.
horse stories to tell you, but I'm not going to do that right now.
I've heard them. That's why I've never been on more than one horse.
No, but they're very beautiful, and 2 of them are retired thoroughbred racers, I guess. They were
cool.
Yeah, one of them actually won at Del Mar.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Interesting.
I think it was I Can Make It Rain, which they turned around and renamed him as Hurricane because it's similar.
Yeah.
And then like one of them was called Calabrese something, and so they just renamed him as Breeze because it's easier. And they know their names; they're pretty great. And the third one is called Rain, and she's a paint, and she rules her kingdom, and you're just a subject in it. Horn, paint, Rain is she's a queen for sure. So they have about 10 acres that is kind of sectioned off for just them.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they just get fed and run around and do whatever it is.
And be a horse.
Do you have chickens on the farm, or is it just horses?
Well, we did. We had probably up to 22 chickens at one point. But when we moved to be closer to John's work, we no longer have chickens. However, when we go back, I am probably going to go chick crazy buying because they were just too much fun. You know, they're like fish in an aquarium to me.
They're super fun.
Yes. I can just sit there and watch them, and they do just the funniest things, and I really like them. And then
I really want to.
It's great.
I really want to have land so that I can get several different kinds of chickens.
We have kind that had like this poof head.
The Polish crested.
Oh, is that what they're called?
I don't know their scientific name.
Yeah, well, there's a couple that have the crest. My sister has one that's a Polish crested, and it has like the little poof in the front right here. Super cute. It's
Fancy.
Like it was my favorite one of hers.
They used to have like when they were young, it looked like a mohawk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then when it grew out, it just kind of.
Yep.
It's so funny to me, and they just entertain me all day just by watching them do their thing.
Yep.
And get breakfast out of it, so I dig it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich. Hi, Nate. Hi, Ned. And Tim. Tim just had a birthday recently. Happy birthday, Tim.
Tim down the street, neighbor.
Yes, from Overlook also.
Cool. Happy birthday.
That reminds me. If you don't mind,
No, yeah, what?
Heather just had a birthday yesterday. You know
Oh,
Heather, right?
that's right. Heather,
Yes.
happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Heather.
Happy birthday,
Shout out to
Heather.
Heather.
I meant to say that when I saw that. I meant to give her a shout out.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I don't have any choices. Sorry, I'm still looking for the mirror choices. I don't have any choices to mirror you.
Don't worry about
I
it.
tried. I'm sorry.
Maybe the last time I'm on, or shall I come on again at some point in the future? We shall see.
We'll work on that. That didn't even occur to me, honestly. Because I think when LB was on, there was really nothing in the background to discern it being backwards.
Well, it didn't occur to me either because I've been looking at the screen over here and it's perfect. And then as soon as I read John's message, I saw your logo in the background and I was like, oh, crap.
Well, even we're backwards up here. And I can change it in my camera, but it doesn't change it in the software. And we've just gone with it. Like, I've never felt like I needed to change it. But it wouldn't change your Zoom thing, though. But I'm going to look into that. You know, learning something new
All
every
these
day.
things we're learning every day.
Every day.
Honestly, I'm just happy to be able to be on your show. 'Cause
I know. We're happy to have you here.
Totally.
Yeah, I've been, we've been a kind of a fan base for you a little bit since you started. And honestly,
Yeah.
you guys really have actually helped us out through this time because it can be so stressful. And we really look forward to when you guys got on because you just sit and talk and like bullshit around and not worry about much. And
Yeah.
just like,
Well,
I'm sorry, was that a bad word?
I'm glad to hear that because I think that's exactly what it's been for us. I mean, it's why we started it. We're like, what are we going to do all day? Like, we're home all day, and
Yep.
we've talked about doing this for a long time. So I'm glad that it's helping all of us. Thank you.
And I always know
Thank you.
and I've always known I had a lot in common with you guys, but we hung out pretty much just when we were out at the club, and then you guys moved away, but we've always kept in touch even after all that time. So it's cool to like touch bases again with you guys and chat every day. It's been awesome.
We didn't completely disappear.
You didn't? Nope.
Kept in the lab. Before anything, I just wanted. Did you know I wrote a book?
You did?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wrong side, because I'm flipped.
Where am I? No,
I had been working on some literature,
Newman?
fictional literature for a while, and I finally just like, okay, fine, I'm gonna just get it done and do it. So I just, I have quite a few of them that are gonna come out. This is the first one.
Is it Newman? Just so those people who aren't reading backwards.
Can I go backwards this way?
Now it's upside down and backwards.
Hey, does it say anything?
Is it Newman?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And yes, Jeff, everybody, and Jeff who just asked, I'm definitely going to put all the information for Elizabeth and John down in Dark Arts in the description, at least on YouTube. Derrol can post a follow-up on his page too.
Yep.
You'll get it all.
That way we can watch for when those 16-inch ones go on sale.
John, you're welcome to get on camera and say hi any minute.
Yeah, John.
We're waiting, John.
John, you should pop on and say hi too.
I need another drink.
There you go. Actually, I need another drink too. Well, I'm very curious about Oklahoma. I've never been to with my mom. I've been to Texas. I don't really remember it very well. I was pretty young, but pretty much past Colorado to Ohio, like that chunk in the middle. Well, actually, all the way over. I've never been to Georgia or the Carolinas or Florida. I've been to the upper, parts of the United States and back down the coast. That's about it. In Colorado.
I actually heard John laughing in the living room, which is funny.
Well, it's okay. Kurt's here, and he's out in the living room also chatting. So, yeah, it's kind of funny to
he'll be napping
have
soon.
people.
I have to say, okay, so I've lived a few different places. Oklahoma, although very beautiful, it has its own vibe. And
Go on.
Hey, John.
Cory, me and Jane. Thank you.
That's right? Yes, that's right.
Oh, you just did it.
I just did it.
Derrol has information up, Jeff, for you to check out.
Look at how technological I was right there.
Our adventure in Oklahoma is quite unusual. We came out for specific reasons. However, I don't really want to go into all of that. But
No need to.
Right. So, but we were in Bankers Hill. Like, that's where we lived, was off of Front and Walnut.
Okay, yeah. Nice area.
Downtown, right? Like, I'm used to walking around and being able to go to the coffee shop and get what I need. And
Yeah, great area.
Yeah, and I come out here, I think I had, because I had moved around so much, I think I had the idea that I would adapt really easy to such a thing. Because I've lived in Florida, I've lived in Arizona, I've lived in California. I've traveled a lot, although, I've always lived in a city, apparently. And so when I came out here, it was 40 acres in the middle of Oklahoma nowhere. So what do I do?
I can imagine.
Didn't know what to do. And so, we were going to Dallas and we went to Oklahoma City, and those two places were great. However, you have to drive an hour and a half. It's like driving to LA every time you want to do something.
Yeah.
I know what that's like being from a small town.
Well, it's funny because I think that's what I want. But when I really get down to the nitty gritty and really start thinking about that, it slowly is. I don't even know. I think it's still what I want, but it's just an adjustment, right?
I always talk about moving back to Maine, and I was just saying that the other day, and someone was like, "Is Kurt ready to live in rural Maine?" I'm like, "Oh no, Kurt will never move back to the East Coast."
No.
You never know. John took it like a dream. Like, to him, he was born and raised in LA, never really lived anywhere but that. And when he got out here, it was like wonderful for him. You know, like he absolutely absorbed the forestry and all this. And I don't know. It just,
I would love that. It sounds like a dream to me.
yeah, it was like you're camping every day. That's what it felt like to me. Like I was camping every day, and I'm never like not camping.
Hey, Josh. I know, right?
Sorry.
High tech for me.
People are poking at Derrol in the chat.
I have a question.
Yes.
Your she shed that you have.
My she shed, Cheryl.
Did you have that out here?
And did you have that before the commercial that came
That
out?
was acquired a couple years ago. And
Okay, because I did you have one? Because I remember being at one in your house when I went there.
Okay, so you probably, yeah, that's right. You have been to our house when we lived in City Heights area.
Yeah.
And yes, we had a shed there, but that was not my she shed, Cheryl. That
Okay.
was a shed.
Okay. I was like, oh, I wonder if I've been in that one. I remember going in one when I went to your house for like a Halloween party or something.
Well, I mean, yes, we did have a couple of Halloween parties there for sure.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. You know, it's a little fuzzy around the edges towards the late of the eve. But yes, we did. I remember a few different Halloween parties at our house.
Hey, Josh, shoot. I've been showing pictures from the Historical Society of all of our town that's been posted. Josh is from my town in
okay.
in Stockton.
I got that.
Yeah. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying all those pictures that they've been posting. And this is my friend Elizabeth from Oklahoma.
Well, Elizabeth, I'd be looking forward to you and John's live stream or YouTube page. You have a lot to...
He made me a video, and it was about this, because this was, you know, this is like the hardest thing to market ever, is a book. Little
Sure.
do I know, deciding to embark on such a thing. However, we're going to do that. I'm going to push it. And it is a product within the company.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I wanted to release it separate from everything. However, given what we like to do with the festivals, it just seemed right that it just become another product that I do.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I see that.
That's another thing. That's another thing you and I got to talk about, because I have a book trapped in here that I need to figure out how to get it out there.
oh yeah, you just gotta do it, dude. This one, like, okay, I wrote enough material for 10 years worth of stuff. However, I decided to break it down. Like, I need to at least release one. And so that's like the book one of a series of things that I'm doing. So
Nice.
The next one is coming out pretty soon. I'll probably release some cover artwork here soon enough, and just get it going, you know?
Nice. That's impressive.
Well,
I can't
you know,
imagine writing a book. That's like...
it's like trying to
beyond me.
build a house in a tornado, for sure. It is. But it's so wonderful once you actually did it and it's done and it's accomplished. You feel really good about it. You know, it's definitely a job. So if that is what you want to do, Derrol, I am on your back. Like, I have your back totally. Just any
I've
question
written several segments, but putting it all together, getting it all to a finished product is...
discipline, for sure.
I need somebody with a prodding me to...
Now, I'm going to ask you a graphic design question, Derrol.
Me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay. So you said you're a a production artist. Is that what you said? Or
Well,
designer?
I'm a production assistant. I do all of the printing part of it. I don't really design anything.
He's a production manager.
Okay.
I do
So
I do a lot of stuff, but I don't really do any of the design work. I do like the finished stuff, the printing, the cutting. I do a lot of editing, like when spell checking and spacing and all that kind of stuff, which I love to do. That's like one of my favorite things is when I get to edit something. I'm like, yes, I love to do this stuff. It gets my OCD so happy.
Yes. Yes. So, where was I going with this? Did I just brain fart? I think I did.
You were mentioning graphic design question for Derrol, and
No, okay.
Sorry.
No. Basically, when I was getting to the book part, you can bring that into your game. Basically, my question was: do you use a lot of guides when you do stuff? Like when you decide to create something in Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that. If you're a guide user, then your approach to writing the book is going to be on that same line.
Yeah, I definitely am. Like, if you kind of mean like, because I'm not a computery person, like a list or bullet point type layout, is that how that would translate? Yeah. Guides.
You can put your production artist skills into play here, because that is what gives you that discipline.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy when writing a book to just feel very scattered, and when you're able to bring in your production discipline, like this is how this is going to go, and so on.
That's a good idea.
Structure, you'll get through it a lot faster.
That's a good idea.
I didn't have any structure. People were lucky to even get quotes around anything.
See, I think that's how.
Yeah,
I think that's how I would be too. I think I would be all over the map, and I mean, I am now with just even like making notes for a day, or if I have a project. Like the way I work is I just have to take everything that's inside my head, spill it all out, and then start to piece it together. And I'm the same with writing. Like sometimes I just write stuff out and it makes zero sense until I go back and I have to because I'm a little dyslexic just in life, you know.
What I always say is I need like a friend. I'll be like, quick, take a letter. just stream it all out of my head and like have somebody do it. Because I think if I could put it all out and have somebody else like do the actual like writing it of it out or typing it of it out, that it would come together a lot better. But in my head, it's like I'm thinking about one chapter and then I'm like adding 3 pages in here that I'm thinking of, and then like, so very scattered. Yes.
That's where I edit too.
How was your supper, Retta?
Research that I did, because it took me so long to kind of figure stuff out, that you have discovery writers and you have those that have outline writers. So both of those come out the same project with the same result. It's just discovery writers, they have a tendency to write and discover what's going to happen as they're writing. Versus like when you're an outliner, you create a whole entire outline like guides.
Like you already know the end and then you're building the middle kind of a thing.
And both of them have their pros and cons. I'm more of a discovery writer, at least I was in the beginning. I had to bring in outlines and structure to my life in order to make stuff happen. So, like I was lacking in one area, whereas the discovery writing is great because it's super creative and you come up with all kinds of great and wacky ideas, but it's like throwing a bunch of wood on a wood pile. There's no house being built.
Yeah.
You need that structure, that organization in order to make it really be something that's strong and that you can work off of.
Yeah.
As long as you got a good storyline plot, you just kind of work with it from there.
You guys will have to have a little Zoom workshop.
Right. I like what Mike is saying right here. Isn't that what Siri and Alexa are for?
Right?
Siri
take a letter. Right? My book would not be what I wanted it to be if Siri did it. She's always like, what?
Siri would write everything wrong.
I don't understand what you're saying. She's like, what's...
I got an Alexa Dot or an Alexa Echo. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I think it said
something for a gift, and all I really use it for is grocery lists, Jeopardy, and Sound Pop or Sound Tune or whatever it is where they play you songs and you guess them.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a Shazam kind of thing.
Shazam.
Is it Shazam?
I think it's Song Quiz. I can kick your ass in the 80s music easy. Just like
Cool. Well, we're at 5:52. Probably should wrap her up here.
You did so good, Elizabeth.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you.
Never done a live. Well, actually, that's a lie. I did one live video, but that's when it first came out, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I never did one again. And so
You did a great job.
I'm kind of considering doing some more. So I don't know what I want to do.
Well,
No,
I mean, we just started doing it. So one day, just turn that camera on, hit the button.
No matter how much you don't want to, you still got to sit there and do it.
And the fun thing is, you can make them private. So you can actually stream it and just do it and sit there and stare at the camera, or, you know, him, ho, and ha, and then watch it back yourself to get comfortable in front of the camera before you hit the public button.
Cory,
Yeah, but-
me and you gotta talk.
We did that.
We need to talk. We need to talk.
Absolutely. Let me know when you're ready. We'll do it.
I feel like I need mine to just go out, because if I have approval, I'm going to be like, oh no, I sound weird. Click.
Oh, that's just it. And that's, you guys actually are the ones that kind of gave me some semblance of courage to be able to come on and do something like this, because you guys just like put it out there. You know, you are who you are, and it's you guys look great.
Let's hope that's
You
a
know,
good thing.
You're always like telling, you know, saying things about how you don't like this angle and you don't like that. It like, you know, makes me giggle because I know exactly how you feel. However,
Yeah.
you guys look great. You know, you guys are doing a great job, and you brought a lot of joy to my daily life. So
Thank you. We're glad you've been joining us for every show. It's super
Yeah,
fun.
and you, us. I mean, geez, like, we don't have that many people that watch us. Just, you know, a handful of you all wonderful people, and you guys are like a mainstay. So
Yeah.
thank you, John, and thank you, Elizabeth.
So professional. I was super impressed when I first saw. I was like, "What is happening on here? What is?" And then you guys start explaining all your lighting stuff, and I ate it up. You know?
Yeah, this is actually, I mean, I think I've said this before. We've always wanted to do this, and I've been kind of accumulating things to do it, and I'm trying to make excuses to incorporate them into my photography career. Some of this stuff doesn't cross over, but like the microphones, I bought this like 3 years ago, and I didn't use it at all until this show. So yeah, I've just been slowly, as I see stuff on sale, or this was a refurbished microphone. It has been amazing.
It's
but
very fancy looking.
I got it for like half price, and so I just keep an eye out for stuff and slowly accumulate it as I can afford it. And
Just wait till we get the
amassed a
green
great-
screen out, you guys.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that green screen. Keep
I
talking
know.
about
All right,
it.
I actually, during my work life today, I was working with a green screen, and I'm actually having to do a show on a green screen tomorrow. So I'm getting the practice in, and I'm getting to know it a little better and how I can work with my equipment. So it's coming. I have a better understanding of what I can do, and what we wanted to do probably wouldn't work. But I'm going to try to figure something out.
And that means I'm going to be getting out my marionettes.
I can't wait for the marionettes. He's been talking about that
I can't
for
either. I've
eons.
been looking forward to your marionettes for a while now.
Derrol Murphy's
Do you-
marionette dance party.
Do you remember Buddha Eye? Like on El Cajon Boulevard and Park?
There's only a few things I remember off El Cajon Boulevard and Park.
Right, and it's not that.
I can only imagine.
Partisan, the live fire.
It was this really cool store, and when they were going out of business, they were selling all of this stuff. So I bought all these crazy mannequins.
Say it again.
There was this really cool store that was on the corner of Park Boulevard and El Cajon Boulevard, and when they were going out of business, they sold a bunch of weird stuff like preserved bugs and mannequins and marionettes. So I bought a whole bunch of marionettes and a whole bunch of the bugs too.
What was it? Was it right across the street from the Buddhist temple?
Down more towards that weird intersection that goes on to Washington Park, like that weird one.
Yeah,
They sold a whole bunch of
I think I remember that store. I
Middle-
passed by it for
Middle
sure.
Eastern.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
It was super fun. But
Tchotchkes.
I got them all for reduced price because they were closing. So they creep
Lucky.
everybody out though.
You get to
No,
see him
seriously.
soon.
Okay. Well, I did send you a bunch of pictures, Corey, and one of them in there was of a doll, and it always reminds me of like Derrol's intro to, I got this for $2.
Oh yeah.
Every
We
time I see that intro, it makes me laugh because I literally come home and go, "Babe, I got this for $5," and I'll fix it up. And the last one that I felt so proud of myself was that one that I bought for $5. It was a porcelain doll with the whole like dress thing, and I juiced her up, and
oh
he sold for $145.
Yeah, she was very, very fancy.
I was
those
like,
those images are just from Google. I just went through and found a whole bunch of things that look like brought home. So that was random.
but it always makes me think of you. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Derrol."
And that was also me poking at him. He didn't even know I did that before I did it, but we play it almost every show.
I love that one. It's fun.
It's perfect.
It wasn't quite as far down as the Red Fox room, John. It was actually on the corner of Park and El Cajon Boulevard.
Yeah, I think I remember driving by some Buddhist shop or what I thought was a.
Yeah,
Buddhist
it was kind of along the lines of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
they
think
just-
I remember. I just never went in.
Yeah.
Like I went to a bunch of different places right along the same line, like literally even that subway that was there. Although
Yeah.
I highly regretted it. Although right now they're probably doing great because of the Corona thing.
Yeah.
But their whole subway was plexiglass in, and it made me feel very uncomfortable because it felt like you were going into some armored car or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
The subway.
I don't know that.
But
Well, the
now
whole-
I'm sure if they left everything as it was perfect because it was all the employees were completely closed off from everybody. They
Yeah,
looked like they were barricaded, like they were going to get robbed. Or
It's very secure. It's very, very secure in there.
Well, that whole area has changed. Like, there's a big trolley bus area that goes, well, not trolley anymore, but it's a bus area that goes all the way down Park Boulevard now. They have chopped that area up. It's
Mhm.
very different.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been so long. I feel like I wouldn't even recognize half the stuff.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't. North Park is totally different from when you left.
Do you remember when I asked you
Hipsterville.
about going into the California building and you told me that it became a high-rise condo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it literally a high-rise condo right now, or is it just still in the works?
I just read that after it got brought up. I haven't actually, well, I probably have seen it and just don't realize it. But like, the article was from, I think it was a year ago when we talked about it, and it was under construction at that point. So I'm sure it's done. It's really probably a high-rise condo.
So this thing that you read backwards, that majority of the plot is in there. In that
Newman.
Oh.
Yes. I placed it in San Diego, so that
Wow.
where a lot of it takes place is actually in that California Theater building.
Well, I
Oh,
have to
cool.
head down that way tomorrow, so I will find it and I will take a picture of it and I will show you
Oh,
what it looks like
yeah.
today.
Yay!
That'll be
Thank
cool.
you.
You have to remind me.
Oh gosh.
I'll
I
forget.
always wanted to be able to go in there, but apparently, there were some issues about asbestos and
No,
just
I'm sure.
But I always wanted to be able to see the inside. And one day, a couple years ago, I ran across this guy named Trevor, and he actually, him and his friend had gone in there and filmed it. So I was able to kind of see what it looked like via 2017, 2018.
Oh, cool.
So
Well, I know with a lot of those old buildings, they do try to like keep the
Historical facade.
like the maybe the lobby or something like right as you enter, like
it looked
true to
amazing.
life.
We went in there; it was completely dilapidated. However, it was sat over 2,000 people in that theater, and all the seats looked like almost like they were brand new and just coated in like a dust. It was
Cool.
very, very odd.
Mike
It
in the
looked-
chat says he thinks that project got stalled. So
Really? Well, just so you know, the entire book that I did was based in that building and will continue to be so. And I've been monitoring it for quite some time. There were some punk concerts that played there back in the 80s that I talk about, and so that it just has a lot to do with that building because it was the
Okay.
only building that wasn't getting renovated while everything else was. And I just thought it was so fascinating that I had to kind of involve it somehow. So
That's
anyway.
Cool. I'm driving that way tomorrow. I'll find out. I'll report back.
Although I have to put like any places, persons, or things are all coincidental in the book. So, legalities. All right.
What are you guys having for dinner? Or did you already eat dinner? What time is it?
It's 8:02 our time right now. And we had dinner earlier before everything happened. We had Goya tamales. I can't eat pork, so I have to get the tamales that have nothing in it, and it's brilliant, and I love it.
Yum. That sounds perfect to me.
What are we having for dinner tonight?
I don't know. We don't really have.
Hey,
I mean, we have
Kathleen.
tons of stuff, but I don't have anything.
What you have for breakfast?
Say that again?
I never asked you what you have for breakfast.
Nothing. I didn't eat this morning.
I had at 3 o'clock. I had a handful of chips and 2 string cheese.
Coffee. That's what I have for
Me
breakfast.
too.
I had spaghetti.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Or spaghetti. I don't know why, but Italian food is just so delicious in the morning.
Oh, yeah. I would totally. But I would put an egg on it because I put eggs on everything.
I know what we're having. We're having one of those cheese pizzas.
Well, I
there.
already thought about pizza. I don't really feel like cooking, so
Yum.
it'll be an easy night.
Pizza.
Well, you go and do that. And pretty sure you're hungry by now.
I'm starving.
Thank you for allowing me to come on your show. This
Yes.
Thank you for coming on. Everybody go check out Elizabeth's site wherever it is down here.
Stargard.com. It's really easy.
I won't have your information on YouTube and for the show because it has to render and do all that. So it will be up there, though, shortly after we end the show here.
And I'll put it at the end of the chats, too.
It was a pleasure, Elizabeth. Thank you so much.
It
And
was.
thank you, John.
Thank you, John, if you're back there somewhere. Good to see you, too,
He's
briefly.
in the living room, probably sitting on the recliner in his underwear with my dog and cat on top. Like, yeah, that's his favorite spot. And I can hear
He just
him
puts his
laughing.
pants on to get your drink, huh?
Yeah, literally. Well, we made sure that wherever he is, you can't see him.
Yeah. Well, you guys did a great job framing everything up, too. So next time we'll get it right side to read right.
Cheers.
All right, Elizabeth.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Great job.
Bye.
Cheers. Bing. All right.
Well, that was super fun.
That was super fun.
I need one of those dolls. I need one of them 16-inch ones. Really, I want a full body one. That looks like so cuddly.
I love the full body
Oh my
idea.
gosh.
I mean, I love body pillows in general, but having one that's like,
Right?
what do you call them? What does she call them? She had a name for them.
Bapfy. Oh, crap. Did I say that right, Elizabeth?
Oh,
Bapfy?
shoot. We should have asked her before I let her go.
She did say, but...
Bye, Jeff. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go. I think that's a good wrap. I'm sorry. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else, Derrol?
Well, I was just going to say, if anybody else wants to come on and talk about anything that they do or...
love? Want to love? Want to do?
Yeah. If you want to do a Zoom show where you paint a picture in the background right here while you chat with us.
I mean, we got to get back to the crafts. You know, we need some
We
craft
do.
stuff. I really would like our next show. Tomorrow's going to be tough, but maybe Monday's show.
We're not doing it tomorrow because you're working.
Yeah, I'm working. It'll be too hard. But maybe Monday.
It's always too much pressure.
I'm gonna put my mind to a craft.
Monday.
So
you're gonna come up with it this time?
Monday's craft day, everybody.
Monday is craft day,
If
everybody.
I don't announce it, it ain't happening. Love you, Mom.
Bye, Pat.
All right, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.